Hello, ranchers, and welcome to Mindfulness with Marsha. Our natural or default state of being is one of vibrancy and happy to be alive, energetic. And yet, there can be times when we quite honestly just feel run down and worn out. And we're not sick, okay? I want to make a distinction here. It's not like we have a cold or we're running a fever. We just feel exhausted and run down and worn out. And sometimes, even the thought of feeling that way, we're not sure why. Well, I read an interesting article over the weekend, and it stated that often this rundown feeling occurs for many people at the start of summer. Yeah, the start of summer, and that's what got my attention, a time of full energy and, we're breaking out of winter, especially if you live in a place like North Dakota. We have lots of plans and vacations and home and yard projects and barbecues, and the list goes on and on and on. And of course, in North Dakota, it's that idea of, yeah, we're going to get out and go fishing and camping and all those things of the great outdoors. And yet here in North Dakota, summer hasn't officially started yet even until June 21st. And yet I've talked to several of the people in my world, and many are truly feeling worn down. And already they just feel this energy drain is zapping their normal summer excitement. And they're not even feeling like a desire to want to engage and continue with their planning. And it doesn't mean that any of us are lazy or unfit for the tasks of our lives. It just means that occasionally when we feel this way, we need to recharge our batteries. Find a way of keeping them charged too. Sometimes it can be like, well, if I do this, I'll feel recharged, but then wake up the next day just feeling as you were the day before. So right now, with all of the unsettled situations in our nation and in our community, health experts are actually asking all of us to pay attention to self-care and specifically to our energy levels right now. Now, of course, vitamins and extra rest and good food and nutrition, those kinds of things, if you've been not paying attention or letting those slide a little bit, yeah, they're helpful in restoring your physical body. But if you're willing to really delve a little deeper, you may discover that there may be, quite honestly, other underlying causes for your exhaustion. So here's a mindful living area that many of us, and I know I'm one of them, may not pay attention to as often as we should. Whenever you are feeling down, take an honest look of how you've been thinking, feeling, and then acting. You'll likely find a belief, perhaps a behavior pattern, or even a relationship that is out of alignment some way, just out of sync with who you really are. Perhaps you believe you have to be perfect at everything, so your plans and projects, while exciting to think of, they become just so overwhelming because of this idea of they've got to be perfect. Or maybe you've been bending over backwards, especially now trying to make other people happy and ignoring your needs. Many maybe have been dealing with a loss. I mean, a real loss. You had summer plans back in February for you or your family, and you've had to cancel or change them. I know this is my week of camping and has been for as long as I can remember being in North Dakota. Kind of get school done, and then it's a time to kind of relax and reboot. Haven't been able to do that, and I feel loss that's not going to happen this year just due to COVID and some things on setting up that reservation. Or maybe you just have too much on your plate right now. It's like, well, we're staying home and we're cooking at home, so you loaded yourself up with too many projects and plans. It's a tough area to consider, but there may also be people or situations in your life that are draining your energy. You know, perhaps your family has been bringing you down a little bit. I was talking to a mom that said, you know, she's just tired of hearing the kids complain and, you know, their loss of the change in summer plans and, you know, not doing the things that they had planned to do, you know, back in when the snow was flying. And even though they have some alternative things planned and have been doing, well, the kids keep going back to what they aren't doing. And it's kind of causing mom to feel down. So this week's pause, I'm going to do a little gardening here and involve some weed removal that could provide some energy boost. You know, weeding is not a fun thing when you have a garden, but it's the only way to have a great garden, whether you're growing vegetables or new sod or flowers or perennials, even weeding around new shrubbery and trees. You've got to do that. Why? Because weeding provides the vibrancy for the plants that you're trying to grow, whether that's your flowers or vegetables or trees, because weeds compete. They actually compete for the resources of the plant you're trying to grow. You see, the weed plants will literally steal energy and resources from your other plants. So you too can weed and weed in your life. So pause and try weeding out what might be causing your energy drain. Or maybe it's not you and you're just going to, maybe it's a spouse or some friend that's feeling this, and you can help them understand how to weed. And by weeding and trying to decide what's pulling on my resources, what's draining on me, it can provide a better flow of energy for the future so that, I mean, summer's starting so that the whole summer doesn't feel like a drag. Because once you get a clear picture of the root or the cause of your drain, well, you may also renew your perspective to your summer plans and projects. Maybe you'll change them up a little bit. Maybe you'll add some. And it'll allow you to increase your energy as well as increase your energy with others around you. So until next time, stay safe and of course, be well.